Let the blessings come from the north, from the south, the east and the west. We have overcome by the words of our mouth. We have victory, yeah. Let the blessings come.
Good evening, viewers. This is DrCI. You're welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes with DrCI. This July, we have used it to help most of you that wants to travel abroad. Like I keep saying, in every family, make sure you do whatever you must do to help one person, one of your members, one of your family members to travel out. It helps a lot. You understand it when you see the economy of your country now, wherever you are listening to me from. But today we have special one. Like I said, I've spoken for 2 Saturdays now. But today I'm bringing someone here who is a travel abroad advisor, a study abroad advocate, a personal development coach, a blogger and writer, and very soon she's going to have, she's working on as author for some books. So I'm bringing in today someone that will help you. So invite your friends. Just click the share, invite your family members, invite your friend, because this episode is loaded. So quickly, let me bring into 10 Minutes with DrCI, Stella Owala. She's going to help us more to understand where we are today. Hello, Stella. How are you doing? You're welcome
I'm good. Hello, Dr. Celestine. I'm good. How are you?
Yes, we bless God. You see,
Okay.
our viewers are excited today, in this episode, because I told them they are going to learn a lot. Not even learning a lot, but get connected. Because, like I keep telling them, the more people you know, the more the channel of miracles. Life is in phases. It depends on that their size that could make your face to come to pass. So you're welcome today. I want you to tell viewers again, I want you to introduce yourself, even though the introduction is there, but tell us about yourself and the inspiration that you got in what you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here. Hello, viewers. I'm happy to be here in your face. My name is Stella Owala. I am an international education consultant. I am a travel advisor or a travel abroad advisor. I also like to call myself a study abroad advocate, because that's what I'm known for. I'm very passionate about that. I'm a personal development coach, a blogger, and a writer. And I'm a soon to be published author. My book is on the way. Actually, it's going to be pre-orders begins next Monday. That's next week. So watch out for it.
Very good. You're welcome. I tell people, I said, help does not come from abroad, but it comes from above. But abroad can be a stepping stone for you above. So I want you to tell the viewers what are the best way to travel abroad.
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yeah. Is there a best way to travel abroad? Yes, there is. And let me just put it this way. The best way to travel abroad is to travel legally or legitimately. Because if you don't travel in a legal way, you're going to run into problems when you arrive at your destination. That is, if you arrive at your destination. So the best way is to ensure that your documents are right, correct, your documents are real, your documents are legal, and that you also follow the right procedure in processing your visas, so that you arrive at your destination country with the proper documents and also through the proper channel. So the best way to travel abroad is to travel legitimately.
Most of the time, I also feel like, when you say legitimately, like I told them the last time, that one of the best way I know very well is to travel for studies as a student.
Oh, yes, I was coming to that. Of course. Now, when we talk about travel abroad, there are different ways to look at it. If you want to travel abroad for studies, of course, you have to go through the study pathway. And then again, there are a set of people who want to relocate abroad. And from the look of things and from the way things are happening right now, the best way to relocate with your family or, relocate or migrate abroad is through the study route. That's the best way, because when you study abroad, you also have the opportunity to stay back. Most countries give you extension visas, like for the UK, for instance, they give you 2 years extension to stay back after you have graduated from your program. And so that gives you the opportunity to look for a job. So I think the best way is through the study route, because even if you say you don't have money, you are tight with finance, through the study route, you can always, find schools that are cheap, with low tuition. And the study route is for the average man, so to speak. So I think that is the best route to actually relocate abroad.
You see, when we not talk about this studying abroad, it brings us, because people like us travel outside by studying, and then from 9 months turn into years, from years turn into permanent, from permanent turn into citizenship. So everything is possible if you believe.
Very well.
So, but then let's come down, in terms of traveling, because some people will say, yes, I want to travel abroad, but I don't have the millions to do. So it now comes into, what are the requirements for someone to get fully funded or partial have scholarship that will help them to study abroad?
Okay. Now, the requirements for study abroad are just your documents. The most vital one is your passport and your credentials, your academic credentials. And here we're talking about your degree certificate. That is for those people who have had a bachelor's degree. And then your transcript, your academic transcript. These are the two vital documents that people need as they begin their applications for their study abroad journey. And when we talk about scholarships, we're talking about fully funded scholarships. We're talking about partial scholarships. We're talking about merit scholarships. There are different kinds of scholarships that people can actually explore. And the fully funded scholarships are usually the global scholarships. These are highly competitive. And then we have the partial ones where you have some discounts or moderated fee charges, for you. I would advise anyone who is looking out to explore funding opportunities to be prepared for it. You need to have your documents ready. Your transcript, your degree certificate, you need your passport. And then before you even apply for these fully funded scholarships, you would have had an admission offer, which means that you would have applied for the admission in the respective universities. So your application fee is also needed in some schools. Not all the schools require application fees. So these are the things that you need to get ready for you to have your fully funded scholarship application process.
Awesome. I understand, because we help some people, which about 25 of them got scholarship to China. And now at the end, due to this, the visa issue, which is another stage, because we have stages. That is another level, because people think, okay, I just want to study abroad, and then I get the admission. I want you to tell them the stage, because for me, I know that we have the admission stage, we have the visa stage. Do what you do. Do you cover these stages?
Well, what I do is that, first of all, I give people clarity, because before you venture to do anything, it's pertinent for you to have clarity of purpose. You need to know exactly what you want to do. And when it comes to study abroad, you don't just dabble into it. You need to be prepared. You need to have awareness. You need valid information. And that's what I do at the beginning, because that way you know the reason why you want to travel. You know your destination country. You know all the requirements and everything that is involved. Okay. So we start from the clarity, and then you begin your applications to whichever university or whichever country that you're passionate about. And then after the admission phase, by the time you have your admission offer, then you move to the visa processing. Of course, there are some in-betweens, but at the end of the day, I would say that there are 3 stages. The clarity stage, where you know exactly what you want to do. You have a roadmap, of what you want to do or what you're planning to do. And then, of course, you move to the application proper, where you apply for your studies. And if you have an offer, then you move to the next stage, which is the visa application stage. Yeah.
Viewers, you see, you are listening to Stella today because our address, our contact will be on the screen as we are speaking, so that you can contact her to help you. You see, I posted something on my Facebook page about what you call relationship currency. A lady was talking about 2 types of currency: performance currency and relationship currency.
Okay.
And it struck me, because if you want to be visible, your relationship, you say spend the money, you say spend it, but people don't understand. You want to benefit where you have no investment. I have not seen it. It doesn't happen. Even in God, if you don't invest in God, some people were there crucifying a pastor that sacked people. Yeah, if you don't have an investment, where do you want to prosper? If you don't have an investment in something, where do you want to prosper? We have been watching all over the world now about Obi Kubana. Some people are criticizing him. He made investment on people, and people came to pay him back. That is an investment. So you need to lose something to gain something.
Oh, yeah.
That is why the Bible says, give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure,
Right.
shaking. So you are giving commands for people to come and favor you. You see, so I want you to understand that nothing valuable is free.
Oh, that's right.
For anything free that is valuable is not valuable. Quote me anywhere. Say DrCI tells you that anything that you receive freely is not valuable. Somebody say, but Jesus died for us freely. It cost him his life. It cost somebody his life for you to be alive. You see, so tell us a bit about, you have been mentioning about this travel abroad community. You have 15,000 viewers. If you're not part of this travel abroad community, make sure you search for it on Facebook and be a member. You have lots of information there. Can you tell us more about this travel abroad community?
Thank you. Travel Abroad Africa Community is a group that I created in 2019. And what we do in the group is that we provide valid information to people who want to travel abroad via studies in particular, because I'm a study abroad advocate. I have chosen that pathway because that is the pathway that the average African, or rather the average Nigerian, can actually travel abroad without robbing a bank. So what I mean by that is that study abroad gives you the opportunity to use your credentials, to use your degree certificate, to look for admission. So even if you're from a poor background and you have a degree, or you have even the secondary school certificate, which is NECO or WASP, that's enough. With that, you can go for a bachelor's degree. And if you have a bachelor's degree back home, with that, you can go for a master's overseas. So if, for example, if you have a very good grade or a very good CGPA, for instance, that's okay. That's just all you need. So you don't need too much money. You don't need to have millions. You don't need to save millions before you begin the project. All right? Because if you have a good degree, that's all you need. You just key into it and begin to explore scholarship opportunities. Because with a first class, with a 2-1, with a 2-2, of course, you can explore scholarship opportunities and funding, and these are littered all over the world. Okay, so what we do is that I provide clarity, like I said earlier, and then I provide valid information of places that people can actually explore. There are so many opportunities out there. If only people have insight and information, they will definitely succeed at their travel goals.
Awesome. This is lovely. You see, I want you to tell the viewers about the challenges, students anticipate when they travel, accommodation, especially during this in this post-COVID society and experience. Tell people something more about, what they intend to see when they travel abroad, or when they are even preparing to travel abroad. You have mentioned something that you need your passport. Nobody goes to the farm without a machete. That means you won't clear anything. You're just going there to go and be what we call JJC, Johnny Just Come. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready to go. Can you tell us something much more about the challenges that students are likely to face in this abroad trip?
Well, after the pandemic and the era we are now in post-COVID world,
Mm,
um, applicants or intending prospective international students are likely to face the
mm,
problem of visa processing.
mm,
That's because there's been a backlog of
mm,
people who couldn't travel or process their travel last year,
mm,
2020. So now there's a backlog. So you
mm,
find out that getting the visa appointments for some countries is a problem. So
mm,
you are on queue, and that is not too good. That can be discouraging. So based on that, some of the universities are now asking students to key into the online study for
mm.
the online mode. So if you have an admission, for instance, and your visa is still pending, you can begin your classes online
Online,
until
yes.
when you have your visa, and then
Mm,
you can travel to
mm.
begin the physical presentation, in the
Exactly.
classes. Yeah.
Mm,
So that is one thing that anybody who wants to go abroad now to study should begin to think about, because
mm,
you might end up with the online classes for the
mm.
first semester. We have some people who are already doing this online stuff, and
Yes.
they've even done their exams. So there is this possibility that you might
Mm,
begin online, do your first semester exam, and
mm.
perhaps during the second semester, you would have gotten your visa, and then you travel to begin physical classes.
Yes, yes, that is good. That is good. So, viewers, you are watching Stella Owala, and she's already telling you that it is possible to do your bachelor, to do your master's, and to do your PhD abroad.
Yeah, that's correct.
Somebody says, well, you see, the money some people spend in a country like Nigeria going for private schools,
Mhm.
that money you can package it and use it abroad.
That's
We
true.
tell people the truth, but they don't, they think spend it. And then where your certificate will also be, will be valued. And
Yeah,
where you also have the opportunity to change your family. That
yeah.
the Mopai says, it says, what makes you cry is what God has called you to solve. So
Mhm.
sometimes, people like us, if I tell you testimonies about, how God took us abroad, you will understand why God has to set you up. As you are listening to us now, you are the Joseph that God is positioned to go and help your family. So
Mhm.
you are going there to make a way for them. So,
Mhm.
but you have to believe it. You have to walk it. You
Yeah,
have you have to believe what we are telling you today. Can you
yeah.
tell us more about different scholarship, that people can apply to? Because most of them are excited and then they want to follow you immediately, during this broadcast and in the comment. Tell us the different scholarship people can apply for.
Okay, thank you. Yes, there are various scholarships littered in the world. I
Mm,
tell people that if you don't have money and if you come from a poor background,
mm,
you should look for ways to get scholarships and funding,
mm,
because there are a lot of them.
mm,
Now we have several
mm,
global scholarships. We have the Chevening Scholarship. That's
mm,
number one. And the Chevening Scholarship is going to be opening applications next month,
mm,
and anybody who has their documents ready
mm,
should be able to make applications. Of course,
mm,
there are requirements and a standard for you to apply, for you
mm,
to be able to get it. It's not easy, but then
mm,
you never know how far you can go until
mm,
you try. So I encourage anybody who has the required
mm,
qualification, which is bachelor's degree. It could be first class, it could be 2-1, it could be 2-2. At
mm,
least a CGPA of 3.0 will
mm,
take you into applying for the Shevlin Scholarship. So that's number one. And then one thing to note is that the Shevlin Scholarship is affiliated to UK schools or UK
mm,
universities,
mm,
and there is no application fee for the UK universities. So
mm,
you have nothing stopping you from
mm,
applying, for this scholarship. And then we have the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. We
mm,
have MasterCard Scholarship. We
mm,
have the Swedish Institute Scholarship. All these scholarships have their time frames and their timelines. So
mm,
what it means is that you can go on the internet, you can go on Google and
mm.
try to find out more about the scholarships and key into them.
Sometimes you say when they go into Google, we got scholarship 2018 for 2018 for some people, and someone went to the embassy, and the person in the embassy said, "What are you going to study?" He said, "Yes, I'm going to study, and then I want to leave Nigeria. I don't want to come back to Nigeria." And that was how the person lost the visa. You see, so what am I trying to say, viewers? It is not just going to Google. You have to look for a sponsor. When I say sponsor, I'm not talking of sponsor of money. You know, remember I was talking about relationship,
Yeah.
performance, and relationship currency.
Mhm.
No, we're talking about sponsor, someone who knows the way.
Okay.
That is why we
Yeah.
have these 10 minutes with DrCI. You know,
Yeah.
some of you are not listening because you don't understand what we are. If you watch all the episodes, you see the details, the stockfish inside all these things we are giving you. We are giving you for free, you know. So what am I saying? You are people whom God has positioned to help you. That is what Stella does.
Mhm.
So when you are applying for this scholarship, there's a way to write.
Oh,
There's a
yeah,
way
that's very correct.
that is
That's
the
very
way I'm
correct,
coming to.
Dr.
There's a
Celeste.
way to apply. So
Yeah.
Stella does that. Can you tell us more on that? What you are seeing?
Well, in my Travel Abroad Africa community group or here on, on Facebook,
Mm,
I have a stop group
mm,
where I have people who are prepared,
mm,
for scholarships. So what we do in that stop group or an inner group,
mm,
so to speak, is that we ensure that you do the right thing,
mm,
that your essays turn out to be the way it should be,
mm.
meeting the guidelines of the scholarship providers.
Yes.
So that means is that the group is an accountability group. I call
Mm-hmm.
it the scholarship inner circle. Okay, that's a subgroup from my Travel Abroad Africa community. So
Mm,
the group is for serious people who are looking to explore
mm,
scholarship opportunities, not
mm,
just one scholarship, not just two scholarships,
mm,
almost all the scholarships littered in the world. So long as you qualify for it, you are eligible. Okay, so what we do is that we groom prospective international students who
yes.
want to travel via
Mm,
scholarship, especially the fully funded scholarships. Yeah.
mm. Please tell viewers briefly as we are ending this 10 minutes with DrCI some testimonies. I see you post them every time in your
Oh
group.
yeah.
Some
Oh yeah.
testimonies who
Thank you
things
so
have
much.
already been happening. Mm,
Yeah. Well, we've been having several testimonials and testimonies.
mm,
People have been getting successful with their visa applications, with their
mm,
admissions, and all of that. So
mm,
recently, we've had a lot of people getting their visas to the
mm,
UK, to the US, and to some countries in
mm,
Europe. So what we do is we try to know exactly your background, your
mm,
academic background.
mm,
Tells me when I speak to a client, for instance.
mm,
I know your academic background. I know
mm,
your CGPA. I
mm,
can tell where you can travel to. And
mm,
then it's so simplified. I simplify travel abroad. I simplify study abroad. I
mm,
break it down for you in a way that you will understand it and
yes.
in a way that whether you are rich or whether you are poor, you will
Mm,
be able to access study abroad because there's everything, there's something for everyone.
yes.
Okay, there's something for everyone. There's a school out there for everybody. We have the low tuition schools. So if you say you don't have so much money, you can
Mm,
explore the low tuition destinations.
mm.
There's something for everyone. So I would
Awesome.
ask anyone who is interested in traveling abroad to not waste too much time.
Mm,
Seek guidance, seek consultants who will give you the right information that you need,
mm,
and try to explore as many opportunities as
mm,
possible.
mm. Like Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. There's always a direction. And as
Yeah.
Jesus opens the door is open for every one of us listening to me today about the way of heaven. And so it is also in every aspect of life. Once you get to know a mentor, that's why I keep saying the last time I said you need a mentor and you need a tormentor. You know, someone that will push you to do what you must do to
Yeah.
become successful. If not, you have no testimony. And for you to have testimony of traveling abroad, please connect with her now. You are going to see the web link and the Facebook link. Follow her again. Stella, can you tell us last word as we close this 10 minutes with DrCI of
Thank
encouragement?
you.
Yes.
Well, I would like to, if you're listening to me and you have the goals or the dream to travel abroad,
Mm,
I just want to tell you today that your dream is valid,
mm,
that your goal is valid. All
mm,
you need is to take a step. You
mm,
need to take the first step, and
mm,
that miracle begins to happen. But if you just tell yourself that this is not something I can achieve, no, then of course you have already subscribed to failure. But if you tell yourself positively that you can achieve this goal, I can assure you that whether you are rich, whether you are not rich, you will travel abroad if you stay focused and committed, and if you key into the right direction. There's something for everyone. If you have a degree, be it NECO, be it WAEC, be it first degree, of course, you can travel abroad for your bachelor's, for your master's, or for your PhD placement. So your dream is valid. Your dream is valid.
Amen.
And you will make it abroad if you take the first step.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Stella Owala, for coming to 10 Minutes with DrCI. Viewers, connect with her because much is loaded as you continue in your abroad trip. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Viewers, you have just listened to Stella Owala giving you information about traveling abroad. Everything we do in Comfort Zone is to make sure that you have a bright future, is to make sure that God, your future is programmed and you have a purpose for living. So you'll be seeing us come up again. Remember, schools in Europe, America, Asia, UK, these are possible. Here, we believe all things are possible. I don't know, any of you that is passing through difficulties, that is sick, I want to pray for you quickly. I pray that God will grant you direction, because direction is a masterpiece to success. May God grant you direction and grant you purpose. May God open doors for you. May God raise destiny helpers for you. Whatever you are looking for, as a decree shall come looking for you from today. Be blessed as you continue with us in 10 Minutes with DrCI. Stay blessed and good night.
Let the blessings come from the north, from the south, the east and the west. We have overcome by the words of our mouth. We have victory, yeah. Let the blessings come